Hello, hi, welcome to GMA Talk, your most beloved, your most awesome talk show channel right here on YouTube and all your favorite social media platform, GMA Talk, with your host, truly, Gerard Mutabazi Amani, youth, child, and refugee advocate. Thank you very much for those who have subscribed, for those who have continue to watch, those who continue to like, comment, share. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. You can always count on here on GMA Talk for your weekly base on what is happening around in the world of refugees, whether it's in Canada or around the world. So this week, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees is marking the 6th-year anniversary of the I Belong campaign. So you might ask yourself, what is the I Belong campaign? I Belong campaign is a campaign launched by UNHCR 6 years ago to end stateless for people around the world, and the campaign goes until 2024. So with 6 years having passed, the UNHCR and the partner organization and other levels of partnership or intergovernmental organization or NGO, they've really been pushing forward to end statelessness around the world. Whether it's a minority group, different ethnicity, internally displaced people, refugee people, statelessness exists in many areas of around the world, in many aspects of people. So when you think of statelessness, it's not just in terms of refugees being stateless, although most of the time that's what comes to mind. So, and when people don't have a document, so basically they are stateless because other, like, for specifically like for refugees, maybe they have run from the country as a result of persecution, death threats, or even other like conflicts in the area, and they run to seek a shelter in a third country, which often at times is in a refugee camp nearby across the border. So most of the time you're getting these refugees that don't have access to documentation because they leave their country already, and once they reach there as a refugee, so then they have to find or get documents in that new country, other refugees document or other levels of identity which the government make available for refugees, so that they can be able to better their lives through education, through employment, to social services accessing, or even health and hospital accessing. So without documentation, it makes mission impossible really for refugees to receive even the little services that are often within the host country. And so you also at the times get also internally displaced people also who are stateless, other maybe they belong to a different ethnicity group, and the citizenship either is not recognized, or it's very hard to have that citizenship. Or even back in the day, at the times when countries were getting independence, we are getting other ethnicity and other groups of people who are still fighting to be recognized as belonging to the country, belonging to the land. So without further ado, in order to explain more about this campaign and what statelessness is all about and how you and I can help, please watch this following video from UNHCR. Again, this video you're about to watch, I do not own it. It's from the UNHCR, who did such an amazing job explaining on this issue. So this is what you're gonna watch for the rest of this video. Here you are. Thank you very much. God bless. Stay tuned. Please remember to subscribe. Here's the video.
Consider for just 1 minute what it would be like if the country you were born in and had lived your whole life didn't consider you a citizen. No country did. you belonged nowhere. That is the shocking reality for millions of people who have no nationality. They're stateless. Most people are citizens of somewhere. We have birth certificates, we have passports, we have ID cards, we have driver's license, health cards, documents proving who we are. But on paper, stateless people simply don't exist. In fact, I can't even tell you how many stateless people there are because over half of all countries don't even count them. Globally, countries that are counting have accounted for nearly 4 million people. But in all likelihood, the actual number is much, much higher. Without a passport or a national ID, the list of things you may not be able to do is never ending. Go to school, see a doctor, own a SIM card, work legally, open a bank account, own or rent a home, even get married. And statelessness exists everywhere. It's not a problem in a far-off land. It's happening in countries like yours or mine. You mightn't even have heard of statelessness. I hadn't, and I was staggered to learn of the devastating impact that statelessness has on families all around the world. So, how does this happen? In the chaos of fleeing war, families can leave or lose the papers that are proof of ties to a country, and that can make registering the birth of a child impossible, leaving them stateless. Or borders can change or dissolve completely, for example, after the fall of the Soviet Union. And in some countries, if your parents are stateless, so are you. It's passed on for generations. Other countries prevent parents passing on their nationality if their child is born abroad. Some countries discriminate against women and don't let mothers pass on their citizenship. Ethnicity, language, religion, they've all been used as excuses to exclude entire groups from being citizens. More than 3/4 of all the people known to be stateless are minorities. Rohingya Muslims of Myanmar, Roma communities around the world, and others whose families moved generations ago to the country where they now live, but were never acknowledged as citizens. And when I went to Bangladesh, nothing could have prepared me for the depth of suffering that I saw amongst the Rohingya refugees. Stripped of citizenship in Myanmar nearly 4 decades ago, they have faced discrimination, persecution, and exile ever since. So, what can we do? For lawmakers and courts, we say, you have the power to challenge and change the laws that lead to statelessness. More and more countries are signing up to the conventions that aim to end statelessness. In some situations, it can be complex. It can take time, effort, and paperwork. In others, it takes a few words or the stroke of a pen to give people the rights they deserve, to give children the chances and opportunities in life they so richly need. Either way, it's a man-made problem that we can solve. Let's do so, because everyone has the right to belong.